Keep it real and be yourself. Let's get into this video. And for today's video, we'll be talking about greatness, you know what I'm saying? The pursuit of success, you know what I'm saying? But I'm kind of going to be spinning it off and not talking about 100% like the true meaning of greatness, like the definition, but how I see it. And how I see it is when people are trying to go to greatness, right? Get what they want in life. That's how I see it. Their own success, right? Be great in your own life. Not for society, but just in general for yourself. They have something that they pursue that is bigger than themselves. Keep with me. So when you have something bigger than yourself, you will do things in order to get it that most people won't do, because you do it off the principle of doing something that you need to do rather than something you want to do, so your feelings are attached. So if you realize, you know what I'm saying, you got to wake up 4 a.m. in order to get what you want, then waking up at 4 a.m. to get what you want is no big deal. Like, wake up 4 a.m. Don't hang out with your friends, you know what I'm saying? Don't have that much free time because you put in that time into your craft. Like, that's what it takes to be great nowadays. And a lot of people won't do that. And I have that tendency of not doing it sometimes, like getting off of that shit. I get off of it sometimes and I'm enjoying my time. But then it comes to a point where I look at the crowd and look at my surroundings and look at what I'm doing and look at the people I'm hanging around, and I'm like, dang, this is not where I need to be. So I hop back on the ship. But some people don't really make that connection because they've never found something that they could put over themselves. Like for me, for example, and a lot of people that not necessarily I know, but a lot of people that are like on social media that I look up to, they have poor beginnings where they're struggling, you know what I'm saying, their life, you know, maybe a single mother, or even if they do have both parents, they might have like some problems mentally, physically, and they will put everything into something like a sport or a job, or put all their energy and focus into something so then they can improve that life that they have, like, and have a mindset like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to improve. Like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to change my life and change my path. And that's when I realized, yo. Okay, my bad. And that's when I realized I need to be on that path. Like, I could relate to these people because I was in that situation too. I was living a life and I was like, dang, I don't really want this life, and I don't know, I can kind of see where it's gonna head, and I don't want that. So I hopped on that boat. And when you hop on that boat, waking up at 4, doing things like waking up at 4 a.m. or not hanging out with people because you're more focused on things that you need to do, right? And eating, changing habits about yourself, changing how you eat, changing who you are, become more disciplined, become more consistent with it. Like, it just kind of becomes natural, right? You don't even think about how you feel. You kind of just get into that motion of, yeah, I need to work out today. So that's what I'm gonna do. Like, there's no feelings attached. You just do what you gotta do. And when you can see that progress, that's your fun and that's your entertainment. You might be like, you might see somebody doing something and be like, how do you even like enjoy it? Or how do you even process it? How do you find fun in it? And some people find fun or enjoyment, or just like they don't even find fun in it. They're just like, I know this is what it takes, so I'm gonna do it. Personally, I can't. Like, I can do that, but I'm at a point where I need some fun. I need some entertainment. So I find it in what I'm pursuing. I'm passionate, but the passion is not always there. Sometimes it does get to a point where I need to get to that next level and it's uncomfortable and I don't feel like doing it, but I gotta like push myself. But through those moments, sometimes it gets to a point where I'm like, dang, I don't wish this on my worst enemies, because it hurts sometimes, it's suffering. But because I want what I want so early, I'm gonna have to suffer greater over a short period of time. Because again, if you want something that, you know, usually either most people don't get, or people can get when they're older, you then have to take on more like pain and suffering, and you know what I'm saying, obstacles and trials and tribulations in order to get it or obtain it. So that's why, like, it's a painful route, and that's why most people don't do it, because it's not for everyone. It's not for everyone, but anyone can do it, right? Anyone can go that route as long as they know what they want to do. And finding out what you want to do is not that difficult as long as you understand who you are. Because if you don't understand who you are, then you don't know what you like or what you will be willing to put all your time and energy into. So if you don't know your passion, right, that means you probably need to look deeper and look at who you are. Look at who's in the mirror. Look at what you care about in life. What do you want in life? Really and truly, that's what people should really ask, instead of what are you going to do in life? No, not what are you going to do in life? What do you want in life? What do you want to pursue in life? What about you is special? Like, what do you care about? What can you make special? What makes you unique? And then maybe if someone can't answer that, then they need to really, like, either isolate themselves, like really get on one-on-one with themselves, get away from the crowd, and pursue who they are. That's what I would say personally, because if you don't know your passions and what you want to do, you probably don't know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, it's probably because you're too focused on the outside world. You're too focused on YouTube, Twitch, drama, social media, what the next man is doing. Somebody might be forcing you to do certain things, and you're so naturally, like, in tune with it that you kind of just follow someone's lead. And that can be your parents, a coach, a teacher, whoever, an adult, like your friends. Like, you could just be following their lead without even knowing. And since you're following their lead, you never have enough time to really figure out who you are and what you want. So just be conscious of it. Just have the awareness of it. And that's also what I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, provide to y'all, is that sense of awareness. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking of making bigger moves so that we can connect to more people, because I not need more people, but I want more people to hear the messages I'm giving out. I'm getting to that point, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting kind of nice. I'm getting kind of nice at this, you know what I'm saying? I'm able to flow a little better, connect a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? Be a man of substance, you know what I'm saying? Not just be talking just to talk, but talk with a meaning. Everything that I say has a meaning. Everything I say for a reason, you know what I'm saying? You know, little bars, you know what I'm saying? But overall, that's what I wanted to tell y'all, you know what I'm saying? Be careful with what you consume. Be careful with what you give your time to, because once you get off that ship, it can be difficult to get back on it, because the reminder to get back on it is usually you hitting a, like, rock bottom, which is fine. Everyone hits them, but it would be better to just stay on that ship and just tough it out until you get what you want, rather than get on it, then get off it, realize you should be on the ship because the environment you're in is not going to help. You get back on, then you're like, oh shoot, this, you know what I'm saying, I'm not having fun, blah, blah, blah. And then you see other people, and then you hop off. And then that repetition, like, nah, let's just stay on the boat, thug it out, and find what we need here, or find what we need outside, you know what I'm saying? Let's go explore for what we want, you know what I'm saying? Because if it's not here, then it's somewhere else. So let's go find it, you know what I'm saying? But always remember, don't just be, stay optimistic. Have a great day. Peace.